Hey guys. Okay, so we are going to be continuing reading from the NRSA, which is National, just kidding, New, why is it not coming up now? I'm going to tell you it wrong, so I need to scroll all the way back. Just had it here. Okay. New Revised Standard with Apocrypha Bible, which is my new favorite Bible version, because it includes the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Apocrypha or Deuterocanonical books of the Bible. It does not include the forbidden or the forgotten books of the Bible or the lost books of the Bible. Those you have to go online, but at least it includes most of them. And like I said, I grew up Lutheran. We, like most Protestants, we do not have the Deuterocanonical or the Apocrypha. That's more of a Catholic thing. It is not the only one, but the cool thing about the new revised standard version with Apocrypha Bible version is that it was approved by a Jew. I gotta go back and say this because I don't want to say this wrong. Hang on. Okay. So the thing I like about it is that this was approved. The new revised standard version with Apocrypha translation committee consists of 30 men and women who are among the top scholars in America today. They come from Protestant denominations, Roman Catholic Church, Greek Orthodox Church. The committee also includes a Jewish scholar. So that's what I like about it, because even a Jew approved this, guys. So, and they don't even look at the New Testament. Like the synagogue that I've been to a couple times now, that I will definitely be going back. I'm like really excited to go back during Hanukkah, guys. Like I really want to go to a Jewish synagogue during Hanukkah. So like the Jewish rabbi there, he is married to a lawyer, and he has read the New Testament, even though the Torah and the Jewish Bible only follow the Old Testament. And so he talked to me about Jesus and why they don't think he's the Messiah. They definitely think he was a prophet. They definitely think he was important, but they do not think that he is the Messiah. And I think I've explained this before, but I'm explaining it again because I just think it's cool. He said, I explained to him about my YouTube channel and like the research that I'm doing, and he invited me to Torah study, and they had like a smorgasbord of like super healthy food. And then when I went to their Friday night Shabbat, because I went to their Saturday morning Shabbat, which is a little more formal. But then I went to their Friday night Shabbat, and they also had like delicious like food fellowship afterwards. It's like a whole meal, and they have like this like delicious like bread that they have as well. So, and I have like a gluten sensitivity, but I ate that bread. It was so good. So like I was just curious to like the customs and stuff, and I asked them a lot of questions. I went to their Torah study. They were studying Psalms, which was interesting because he told me that that Jesus's death is predicted or the Messiah's death. I don't want to do this. The Messiah's death was predicted in the Old Testament. He was telling me he didn't know where, and like he couldn't remember. It's like this important, and they don't believe Jesus. And like, so like in Psalms, we read this, and I mentioned this, I think, when we were reading it, because it was like weeks after him and I had met and had this discussion, and he said that Jesus was a prophet and he was important. However, he is not the Messiah, because even though he did some things, he didn't actually establish the new heaven and the new earth and bring the new Jerusalem, which is what the Messiah is supposed to do. And he was not wrong, guys. He was not wrong. Jesus did not accomplish these things. He didn't actually do these things yet. He will be coming back and doing those in the Revelation, but he has not done them yet. So the thing is that the Jews still believe that he has not come and conquered what he was supposed to, and he did not do what he was supposed to, and they are not wrong. They are not wrong, because he did not do that yet. So it's just interesting. And then we were reading Psalms, and David is in the cave saying that these things that happened to Jesus are actually happening to him in this like vision. So it's just like, it's just funny to me that like I came the same time they were talking about Psalms, and then later on I read that chapter in Psalms about David predicting Jesus's death, And like, but he says it's happening to him. So like, if the Jews read that, they probably thought something like that was supposed to happen to David, but really it happened to Jesus. And David is in the lineage of Jesus. So it's just interesting how it ties together. So enough about that. Let's get into, today we're going to be reading a part of the Deuterocanonical Apocrypha. I'm going to get it one day, yes. Okay. Ben Sira. So I've heard of Ben-Hur. I don't know who Ben Sira is. So let's do like a little research on Ben Sira. I want to try to do this, but like with each Bible study, since I don't know much about this. Ben Sira. Okay, so Ben Sira, also known as Shimon, Ben Yeshua, Ben Eliezer, Ben Sira, or Yeshua ben Sirach, was a Hellenistic Jewish scribe, sage, and allegorist from Seleucid-controlled Jerusalem of the Second Temple period. He is the author of Sirach, also known as the Book of Ecclesiasticus. He wrote his work in Hebrew, possibly in Alexandria in Egypt, in the Ptolemaic kingdom, circa 180-175 BCE, where he is thought to have established a school. While Ben Sira is sometimes claimed to be a contemporary of Simeon the Just, it is more likely that his contemporary was High Priest Simon II from 219 to 199 BCE, and this is due to confusion with his father Yeshua. A medieval text, the alphabet of Sirach, was falsely attributed to him. Okay, and then it talks about his name and his life in Wikipedia. It's not long. Let's just read it. Okay, his name. In the Koine Greek text of the book of Sirach, the author's father is called Jesus, the son of Sirach of Jerusalem. Jesus is the anglicized form of the Greek name. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. The equivalent of the Aramaic borrowed from the late biblical Hebrew Yeshua, derived from the older Masoretic Hebrew Yeshua. The copy owned by Saadia Gaon, the prominent rabbi, Jewish philosopher, and exegete of the 10th century, had the reading Shimon, son of Yeshua, son of Eleazar ben Sira, and a similar reading occurs in the Hebrew manuscript B. Sirach is the Greek form of the family name Sira. It adds the letter chi, an addition like that in Hakal, Damak, Cha in Acts 1, verse 19. Okay, life. According to the Greek version, though not according to the Sirach, the author traveled extensively and was frequently in danger of death. In the hymn of chapter Li, I hate Roman numerals, I really do. He speaks of the perils of all sorts from which God had delivered him. Although this is probably only a poetic theme in imitation of the Psalms, the calumnies to which he was exposed in the presence of a certain king, supposed to be one of the Ptolemaic dynasty, are mentioned only in the Greek version, being ignored both in the Syriac and in the Hebrew text. The only fact known with certainty, drawn from the text itself, is that Ben Sira was a scholar and a scribe thoroughly versed in the law, and especially in the books of wisdom. Grandson. Very little is known about his grandson, who claims in the text to be the translator of Sirach into Greek. He probably did the translation many years later after the original was written. The prologue in the Greek text attributed to him is generally considered the earliest witness to a canon of the books of the prophets. The grandson states that he came to Egypt in the 38th year of the reign of Euergetes, Ptolemy, oh my God, what is that, 5, 6, 7, Ptolemy the 7th, Physcon, must be intended. He ascended the throne in the year 170 BCE, together with his brother Philemedor, but he soon became sole ruler of Cyrene, and from 146 to 117 BCE held sway over all Egypt. He dated his reign from the year in which he received the crown. The translator must therefore have gone to Egypt in 132 BCE. Okay. Interesting stuff about Ben Sira. All right, guys, let's read about Ben Sira's books. So I skimmed through real quick. They look short, so I'm going to try to read 10 of them today. So we'll see how this goes. So it is, what time are we at right now? We're 10 minutes in. Okay, let's try not to go over 30. Okay, Sira Chapter 1. Sira Chapter 1. All wisdom is from the Lord, and with him it remains forever. The sand of the sea, the drops of rain, and days of eternity, who can count them? The height of heaven, the breadth of the earth, the abyss, and wisdom, who can search them out? Wisdom was created before all other things, and prudent understanding from eternity. The root of wisdom, to whom has it been revealed? Her subtleties, who knows them? There is but one who is wise, greatly to be feared, seated upon his throne, the Lord. It is he who created her. He saw her and took her measure. He poured her out upon all his works, upon all the living according to his gift. He lavished her upon those who love him. The fear of the Lord is glory and exaltation and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of the Lord delights the heart and gives gladness and joy and long life. Those who fear the Lord will have a happy end. On the day of their death, they will be blessed. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. She is created with the faithful in the womb. She made among human beings an eternal foundation, and among their descendants she will abide faithfully. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom. She inebriates mortals with her fruits. She fills their whole house with desirable goods, and their storehouses with her produce. The fear of the Lord is the crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish. She rained down knowledge and discerning comprehension, and she heightened the glory of those who held her fast. To fear the Lord is the root of wisdom, and her branches are long life. Unjust anger cannot be justified, for anger tips the scale to one's ruin. Those who are patient stay calm until the right moment, and then cheerfulness comes back to them. They hold back their words until the right moment, then the lips of many tell of their good sense. In the treasures of wisdom are wise sayings, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. If you desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord will lavish her upon you. For the fear of the Lord is wisdom and discipline. Fidelity and humility are his delight. Do not disobey the fear of the Lord. Do not approach him with a divided mind. Do not be a hypocrite before others, and keep watch over your lips. Do not exalt yourself, or you may fall and bring dishonor upon yourself. The Lord will reveal your secrets and overthrow you before the whole congregation, because you did not come in the fear of the Lord, and your heart was full of deceit. Powerful words that we all can learn from. Okay, chapter 2. My child, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for testing. Set your heart right and be steadfast, and do not be impetuous in time of calamity. Cling to him and do not depart, so that your last days may be prosperous. Accept whatever befalls you, and in times of humiliation, be patient. For gold is tested in the fire, and those found acceptable in the furnace of humiliation. Trust in him, and he will help you. Make your way straight and hope in him. You who fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Do not stray, or else you may fall. You who fear the Lord, trust in him, and your reward will not be lost. You who fear the Lord, hope for good things, for lasting joy and mercy. Consider the generations of old and see, has anyone trusted in the Lord and been disappointed? Or has anyone persevered in the fear of the Lord and been forsaken? Or has anyone called upon him and been neglected? For the Lord is compassionate and merciful. He forgives sins and saves in time of distress. Woe to timid hearts and to slack hands and to the sinner who walks a double path. Woe to the faint-hearted who has no trust. Therefore, they will have no shelter. Woe to you who have lost your nerve. What will you do when the Lord's reckoning comes? Those who fear the Lord do not disobey his words, and those who love him keep his ways. Those who fear the Lord seek to please him, and those who love him are filled with his law. Those who fear the Lord prepare their hearts and humble themselves before him. Let us fall into the hands of the Lord, but not into the hands of mortals. For equal to his majesty is his mercy, and equal to his name are his works. Okay. Chapter 3. Listen to me, your father, O children. Act accordingly, that you may be kept in safety. For the Lord honors the father above his children, and he confirms a mother's right over her children. Those who honor their father atone for sins, and those who respect their mother are like those who lay up treasure. Those who honor their father will have joy in their own children, and when they pray, they will be heard. Those who respect their father will have long life, and those who honor their mother obey the Lord. They will serve their parents as their masters. Honor your father by word and deed, that his blessing may come upon you. For a father's blessing strengthens the houses of the children, but a mother's curse uproots their foundations. Do not glorify yourself by dishonoring your father, for your father's dishonor is no glory to you. The glory of one's father is one's own glory, and it is a disgrace for children not to respect their mother. I don't respect mine, but I have good reason to, because she physically, emotionally, mentally abused me for pretty much 36 years. So there's that. She lost my trust and respect a long time ago, and that's because she chose not to be a good mother to me. My child, help your father in his old age, and do not grieve him as long as he lives. I'm going to come back to this. So we talked about this whole respecting the parents thing, and I explained my dad was super neglectful and chose work over being a parent, like literally my whole childhood. And then he stepped up in high school and college. My mom tried to put us first childhood, and then in high school she fell into a deep dark depression and became abusive and like whatever. And she was kind of abusive before that, but not to the degree she was when I was like middle school and high school. Basically, when she gave up her dream job, she became abusive to me, and stayed abusive to me all the way up until a year ago this month, actually, I think was the last time. And I fought back for the first time. Blacked out a little bit. I called the police on myself. Her dog attacked me, and I still have a scar that got bigger because I was trying to rub it out when I was in jail and had this, like, I don't know, spiritual experience. But yeah, basically I still have a lot of anger in my heart for my mom, no matter how hard I try, and I pray about it and I try working on it, and I just and she keeps bringing up this, like, one time she came to therapy with me and apologized in front of my therapist to me, like that's somehow supposed to like wipe out all of the terrible, horrible things she did to me. And then she just literally like the next day did the same stupid shit she always does. So like I feel like I've forgiven her so many times, and she's not actually sorry. Like, she's not. And she's not Christian or God-fearing. She wants everyone to think she is. She has a big heart, and she puts others first, but the way she treats her own daughter and her husband when he was alive, which all of that gets dumped on me now because it used to get split up between the two of us. We were like her punching bags. And then like literally her punching bags. Like, she hit my dad and she hit me. She did worse to me. Like, I still have to see a chiropractor for the damage that she did on my spine. Anyway. Okay, my child, help your father in his old age, and do not grieve him as long as he lives. Even if his mind fails, be patient with him, because you have all your faculties. Do not despise him. For kindness to a father will not be forgotten, and will be credited to you against your sins. In the day of your distress, it will be remembered in your favor like frost in fair weather. Your sins will melt away. Whoever forsakes a father is like a blasphemer, and whoever angers a mother is cursed by the Lord. My child, perform your tasks with humility, then you will be loved by those whom God accepts. The greater you are, the more you must humble yourself, so you will find favor in the sight of the Lord. For great is the might of the Lord, but by the humble he is glorified. Neither seek what is too difficult for you, nor investigate what is beyond your power. Reflect upon what you have been commanded, for what is hidden is not your concern. Do not meddle in matters that are beyond you, for more than you can understand has been shown you. For their conceit has led many astray, and wrong opinion has impaired their judgment. Without eyes there is no light, without knowledge there is no wisdom. A stubborn mind will fare badly at the end, and whoever loves danger will perish in it. A stubborn mind will be burdened by troubles, and the sinner adds sin to sins. When calamity befalls the proud, there is no healing, for an evil plant has taken root in him. The mind of the intelligent appreciates proverbs, and an attentive ear is the desire of the wise. As water extinguishes a blazing fire, so almsgiving atones for sin. Those who repay favors give thought to the future. When they fall, they will find support. Okay, so this is a Catholic thing, this almsgiving thing. I think I looked it up one time and now I can't remember what it means. Almsgiving. Okay, a historical or religious context, the practice of giving money or food to poor people. Benevolence in the form of almsgiving was encouraged. What is an example of almsgiving? Look for ways to incorporate some of the following almsgiving examples into your Lenten practice. Donate food to your local soup kitchen or food bank. Tutor a school child or mentor a college graduate. This can be done virtually. Increase your donation to local parish. Okay. This is still recording. We are at 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, we read this. Okay, chapter 4. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to I wanted to get to chapter 10, but we might only be on get to chapter 5 today because we're already at 20 minutes because of my intro. Okay, my child, do not cheat the poor of their living. Baxie, you see those doggies at the dog park? Hi. He has a dog brother. My ex and I, we share custody. And so the divorce is still new. Oh, sorry. The divorce is still new. So I had him for like 5 months, and now he has him for 6 months. So this is his first week without his brother. So he sees your dogs and he's missing his buddy. So okay. He doesn't mind dogs. He likes dogs. He misses his dog brother. What? No, he's used to his dog brother. His dog brother's with his dad right now. We're divorced. Yeah, so we're splitting custody of the dog. Yeah, so this is his first week without him, so he's been kind of lonely without his brother. Yeah. Do you want to go play with those doggies, Bax? Sorry. There's like a little dog park. You see Baxie? Am I not? Where is he? I thought he was right. Oh, there he is. You can see him. And then there's like a dog park on the other side. So I forgot I was doing this. Okay. Okay. My child, do not cheat the poor of their living, and do not keep needy eyes waiting. Do not grieve the hungry or anger one in need. Do not add to the troubles of the desperate or delay giving to the needy. Do not reject a suppliant in distress or turn your face away from the poor. Do not avert your eye from the needy and give no reason to curse you. For if in bitterness of soul some should curse you, their Creator will hear their prayer. Endear yourself to the congregation, bow your head low to the great, give a hearing to the poor, and return their greeting politely. Rescue the oppressed from the oppressor, and do not be hesitant in giving a verdict. Be a father to orphans. Nobody does this. Very few people do. And be like a husband to their mother. You will then be like a son of the Most High, and he will love you more than does your mother. Wisdom teaches her children and gives help to those who seek her. Whoever loves her loves life, and those who seek her from early morning are filled with joy. Whoever holds her fast inherits glory, and the Lord blesses the place she enters. Those who serve her minister to the Holy One. The Lord loves those who love her. Those who obey her will judge the nations, and all who listen to her will live secure. If they remain faithful, they will inherit her. Their descendants will also obtain her. For at first she will walk with them on tortuous paths. She will bring fear and dread upon them and will torment them by her discipline until she trusts them. And she will test them with her ordinances. Then she will come straight back to them again and gladden them and will reveal her secrets to them. If they go astray, she will forsake them and hand them over to their ruin. Watch for the opportune time and beware of evil, and do not be ashamed to be yourself. For there is a shame that leads to sin, and there is a shame that is glory and favor. Do not show partiality to your own harm or deference to your downfall. Do not refrain from speaking at the proper moment, and do not hide your wisdom. For wisdom becomes known through speech, and education through the words of the tongue. Never speak against the truth, but be ashamed of your ignorance. Do not be ashamed to confess your sins, and do not try to stop the current of a river. Do not subject yourself to a fool or show partiality to a ruler. Fight to the death for truth, and the Lord God will fight for you. Do not be reckless in your speech or sluggish and remiss in your deeds. Do not be like a lion in your home or suspicious of your servants. Do not let your hand be stretched out to receive and closed when it is time to give. Sir, chapter 5. Do not rely on your wealth or say, I have enough. Do not follow your inclination and strength in pursuing the desires of your heart. Do not say, who can have power over me? For the Lord will surely punish you. Do not say, I sinned, yet what has happened to me? For the Lord is slow to anger. Do not be so confident of forgiveness that you add sin to sin. Do not say his mercy is great. He will forgive the multitude of my sins. For both mercy and wrath are with him, and his anger will rest on sinners. Do not delay to turn back to the Lord, and do not postpone it from day to day. For suddenly the wrath of the Lord will come upon you, and at the time of punishment you will perish. Do not depend on dishonest wealth, for it will not benefit you on the day of calamity. Do not winnow in every wind, or follow every path. Stand firm for what you know, and let your speech be consistent. Be quick to hear, but deliberate in answering. If you know what to say, answer your neighbor, but if not, put your hand over your mouth. Honor and dishonor come from speaking, and the tongue of mortals may be their downfall. Do not be called double-tongued, and do not lay traps with your tongue, for shame comes to the thief, and severe condemnation to the double-tongued. In great and small matters, cause no harm. Chapter 6. What time are we at? Oh, we got plenty of time, guys. Okay. Chapter 6. Pound 3 and do not, because somebody messed up on the editing right there. Pound 3 and do not become an enemy instead of a friend. I don't know what that was supposed to be. For a bad name incurs shame and reproach. So it is with the double-tongued sinner. Do not fall into the grip of passion, or you may be torn apart as by a bull. Your leaves will be devoured and your fruit destroyed, and you will be left like a withered tree. Evil passion destroys those who have it and makes them the laughing stock. Should have been a space there. Laughing stock of their enemies. Pleasant speech multiplies friends, and a gracious tongue multiplies courtesies. Let those who are friendly with you be many, but let your advisors be 1 in 1,000. When you gain friends, gain them through testing, and do not trust them hastily. For there are friends who are such when it suits them, but they will not stand by you in time of trouble. I think we can all relate to that, me especially during my divorce year. I've lost so many friends, and friends that I haven't talked to in a long time have become stronger friends since my divorce. So there's that. And there are friends who change into enemies and tell of the quarrel to your disgrace. And there are friends who sit at your table but will not stand by you in time of trouble. When you are prosperous, they become your second self and lord it over your servants. But if you are brought low, they turn against you and hide themselves. True dat. Okay, keep away from your enemies and be on guard with your friends. Faithful friends are a sturdy shelter. Whoever finds one has found a treasure. Faithful friends are beyond price. No amount can balance their worth. Faithful friends are life-saving medicine, and those who fear the Lord will find them. Those who fear the Lord direct their friendship aright. For as they are, so are their neighbors also. My child, from your youth, choose discipline. And when you have gray hair, you will still find wisdom. Come to her like one who plows and sows, and wait for her good harvest. For when you cultivate her, you will toil but little, and soon you will eat of her produce. She seems very harsh to the undisciplined. Fools cannot remain with her. She will be like a heavy stone to test them, and they will not delay in casting her aside. For wisdom is like her name. She is not readily perceived by many. Listen, my child, and accept my judgment. Do not reject my counsel. Put your feet into her fetters and your neck into her collar. Bend your shoulders and carry her, and do not fret under her bonds. Come to her with all your soul and keep her ways with all your might. Search out and seek, and she will become known to you. And when you get hold of her, do not let her go. For at last you will find the rest she gives, and she will be changed into joy for you. My tea is getting like... Okay. Do not let her go. Joy for you. Okay. Then her fetters will become for you a strong defense, and her collar a glorious robe. Her yoke is a golden ornament, and her bonds a purple cord. You will wear her like a glorious robe, and put her on like a splendid crown. If you are willing, my child, you can be disciplined. And if you apply yourself, you will become clever. If you love to listen, you will gain knowledge. And if you pay attention, you will become wise. Stand in the company of the elders. Who is wise? Attach yourself to such a one. Be ready to listen to every godly discourse, and let no wise proverbs escape you. If you see an intelligent person, rise early to visit him. Let your foot wear foot wear out his doorstep. Reflect on the statutes of the Lord and meditate at all times on his commandments. It is he who will give insight to your mind, and your desire for wisdom will be granted. Hurry in time. We're at 30 minutes exactly. Okay, let's do chapter 7, and then I think we'll call it quits. Okay, chapter 7. Do no evil, and evil will never overtake you. Stay away from wrong, and it will turn away from you. Do not sow in the furrows of injustice, and you will not reap a sevenfold crop. Do not seek from the Lord high office or the seat of honor from the king. Do not assert your righteousness before the Lord or display your wisdom before the king. Do not seek to become a judge, or you may be unable to root out injustice. You may be partial to the powerful and so mar your integrity. So mar your integrity. What? Bax, I can't see you. Bax, I can't see you or hear you. You're too far. Baxter! Baxter, come! Baxter! Freaking cat. Buddy! Baxter, come! Oh, he's in big trouble when I find him. He's grounded. He had until 1 hour. It's 8:13. He left at 7:30? He's got 15 minutes to get back to the freaking RV. Okay. I don't even know where I am anymore. Do not seek from the Lord high office or the seat of honor from the king. Do not assert your righteousness before the Lord or display your wisdom before the king. Do not seek to become a judge, or you may be unable to root out injustice. You may be partial to the powerful and so mar your integrity. I already read that. Shoot. Sorry, guys. Commit no offense against the public, and do not disgrace yourself among the people. Do not commit a sin twice, not even for one you will go unpunished. Do not say he will consider the great number of my gifts, and when I make an offering to the Most High God, he will accept it. Do not grow weary when you pray. Do not neglect to give alms. Do not ridicule a person who is embittered in spirit, for there is one who humbles and exalts. Do not devise a lie against your brother, or do the same to a friend. Refuse to utter any lie, for it is a habit that results in no good. Do not babble in the assembly of the elders, and do not repeat yourself when you pray. Do not hate hard labor or farm work, which was created by the Most High. Do not enroll in the ranks of sinners. Remember that retribution does not delay. Humble yourself to the utmost, for the punishment of the ungodly is fire and worms. Do not exchange a friend for money, a real brother for the gold of Ophir. Do not dismiss a wise and good wife, for her charm is worth more than gold. Do not abuse slaves who work faithfully, or hired laborers who devote themselves to their tasks. Let your soul love intelligent slaves. Do not withhold from them their freedom. Do not have cattle? Do you have cattle? Look after them. If they are profitable to you, keep them. Do you have children? Discipline them and make them obedient from their youth. Just like Baxter's going to be pretty soon if he doesn't get his butt back here. Baxter! I see you. Good boy. Thank God. Okay. Do you have daughters? Be concerned for their chastity, and do not show yourself too indulgent with them. Give a daughter in marriage, and you complete a great task, but give her to a sensible man. Unlike my father, gave me to freaking literally a combination of him and my mom, which are like, whatever. Okay. It's my fault. Okay. Do you have a wife who pleases you? Do not divorce her, but do not trust yourself to one whom you detest. Yeah, Aaron, don't marry somebody you detest. Sorry. With all your heart, honor your father, and do not forget the birth pains of your mother. Remember that it was of your parents you were born. How can you repay what they have given to you? With all your soul, fear the Lord and revere his priests. With all your might, love your maker, and do not neglect his ministers. Fear the Lord and honor the priest, and give him his portion as you have been commanded. The first fruits, the guilt offering, the gift of the shoulders, the sacrifice of sanctification, and the first fruits of the holy things. Stretch out your hand to the poor, so that your blessing may be complete. Give graciously to all the living. Do not withhold kindness, even from the dead. Do not avoid those who weep, but mourn with those who mourn. Do not hesitate to visit the sick. Because of such deeds, you will be loved. In all you do, remember the end of your life, and then you will never sin. Spencer, chapter 8. Where are we at? 34 minutes. Let's try not to go to 40, guys, but I really want to kind of get to 10. How dark is it getting? It's getting kind of dark. Okay, maybe we'll come back to chapter 8. How long is this? Sorry, I'm just going to skip ahead to see how long these 3 chapters are. It's getting too dark. We'll stop at chapter 8. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night.